morning, Vietnam. It's time for some breakfast. Get all breakfast up here. It's cozy. Got a nice fire going. Son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. Got some coffee. I went down. Got the old lady up so she could go do some nannying. I don't work till about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock probably be going in, but I got a lot of stuff to do today. What I got here to eat for breakfast? Got some cottage cheese, some blueberries, and an egg salad sandwich. 50 cents off, $2.19 brings us down to a buck, whatever, buck and 60 for a little thing of cottage cheese. It really takes the taste buds by storm. This cottage cheese arini. Takes it by storm. Mickey's. It's fine, damn, like a damn fine. Watching Star Wars: A New Hope. Man, I had this fucking earache. I don't know what I did. Either got an ear infection or some fucking barking. But it's funny because my buddy was telling me yesterday how he got his ears cleaned out. He said it was a pretty horrible process. But he said, now my fucking ears hurt like a motherfucker. The mulligan feels good. Fuckers are still out there deer hunting. Getting all the deer hunted up. It's a big roundup. Roundup of fruit flavors. Feels so good in here. Finally got the sleeping bed, the Tempur-Pedic off the ground. I got like a 2-foot bed platform now with a wall facade at the back of the camper. And boy, sleeping has been dreaming like crazy. Getting good night rest. It's flat, it's firm, it's warm, it's cozy. Remove the shelving off that wall. Move the TV up to the ceiling. Got a shelf there. Got a lot of stuff to do. So we've got a big winter storm coming, 8 to 12 fucking inches starting like tonight, I guess. So it's gonna be a wild picture show. I still have to tar the roof. It's funny how, like, I watched the first Star Wars, came out in '78, whatever it was, but no one would ever thought that Princess Leia was Darth Vader's kid. He doesn't even know. Now we know it all. Now we know everything. And that fucking Darth Vader, Anakin built fucking C-3PO. Where R2D2 came from, kind of missed that part. Who built him? Probably the Jawas. Somebody. Fucking droids. Ralph. The action figure I wanted most was Boba Fett. Boba Fett, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Boba Fett. I got a Chewbacca. I got R2D2. Got Luke Skywalker. Still. Got 2 Darth Vader helmets. The voice box controllers don't work. They're fried. I gotta get across the bay today. Hit up Walmart. A few things. Mostly they got these nice bundles of fucking firewood that are really seasoned up dry. They're good for killing, starting fires for just $2. So I'm gonna go and grab fucking $20 worth of that, of those. Probably pretty quick here after 40, and then I gotta do a couple things. I gotta do a couple other things, and then a couple other things. what do Jawas really look like underneath those bones? Like little kids, midgets and stuff. I think there's some kind of magazine that actually showed what they look like, and they look like gelflings. Like gelfling? It's a big differ. Yeah, I think I got something going on in my ear. God only knows. God only knows. So at 4 o'clock going in, we gotta fucking auger some holes out. Mix concrete. We're gonna have 5. We gotta mix. There's 5 sonotubes we gotta put in. We have 1 hole dig, and then we had to stop because it was compromised due to. We should have called Diggers Hotline right away before we even started digging, but we got 1 done. Then we were like, hey, wait a minute now. Look like there could be some fucking power lines running from the house to the garage, or gas lines or whatever. So we just said, all right, Monday. Hopefully the flags. Hopefully EXO will get their mark the shit out today, so that by the time we get there tonight, otherwise it's snowing and kind of we'll have to hope for. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Fortunately, hopefully it's expedited, because if they can't get it till today scheduled, that my buddy's daughter dates a guy whose cousin works for the energy company and who's always around the area. Hopefully they can expedite it, or gotta play it safe when you're digging holes that are below the frost line. Many years ago, I was digging a hole for a fence post I was putting in here on my prop, and I fucking lucked out. I was using a post hole digger, and I got down, and it was fucking the telephone cable, but I didn't fuck anything up. I happened to just see a braid, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta move the hole over. And then, but now Diggers Hotline is just the way to go. It's free service, and they usually are pretty quick about it. So hopefully they'll get there today, because if not, that's gonna throw kind of a wrench with all the snow coming into things. You just can't afford it. It's gonna set us back, and then who knows if the snow. If I doubt this snow is gonna go away if we get that much. I mean, it's gonna get cold. It's not gonna be warm. It's like almost 50 degrees today. It's gonna be so. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. Oh, poor Luke. Oh, he's got it so tough with his Uncle Owen. There's that other robot that kind of looks like R2, but not. Golly. Bad motivator. Helena. What about that one? Is that the George we're looking for? I gotta say, the George Lucas Star Wars series is really probably the most remarkable um, saga of movies, I guess, ever done. I don't think there's quite anything like it. Not Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter is probably second. Pippi Longstocking comes in a close third, tied up with maybe Blade Runner. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Picked up some antioxidants, blueberries, pound of them. That's giant blueberries, and they're actually pretty good. Where's the soda? Probably up for more cons. Or that California blueberries. The fuck was that kid's name from fucking Canada that drank 40s? He was into a lot of heavy metal, like old school heavy metal. He wore a mask. He was in, younger fella, had like a room with all kinds of posters and fucking records. And this, typical rock and roller. Oh yeah, and then there was 40 Ounce Horror Show. Whatever happened to that guy? I don't know. Is he still active? I don't know. Pop's coming in. Fucking pro wrestling guy. I had this teacher when I was in college. Started out at a community college before I went to the Ford University. Got my associate's degree, but I had this one class. This writing was English. Hazel Keller was her name. Old lady, she tripped on acid and stuff, and I knew her daughter in the filmmaking. But anyway, in class, I wrote this. We had to write this story about how somehow interacting with nature as if it were a being rather than like an element. So I remember this one time I was actually skateboarding up from this road when I was 19. And I remember looking to the north, and there was this giant dark storm system front across the whole sky, and I could see it coming at, heading south. I remember like I was skateboarding up the hill to get to the flats, which is maybe like an eighth of a mile, quarter mile maybe at the most to get up there. But I remember like skateboarding uphill and I could feel the wind in front. The front was pushing the front. The wind was it was pushing south, and so you could feel the force of the front pushing the wind. It was a lot of wind out in front of this thing. And it was actually pushing me up the fucking hill. It was so strong. I would kick and be able to actually kind of skate uphill without, too much effort. And by the time I got to the flat, I was like, wow, this thing's got some force behind it. And it was still behind me. I don't know how fast the thing was moving. And I had to, where I was going was down about over the flat. Flat goes for about a mile and a quarter maybe. And then it goes downhill for another mile and a half. So I had to, like 3 miles I was going, I guess. 2.5 maybe, something like that. 2.5 sandwich. The whole time this front was behind me, it was getting closer and closer. But it was actually pushing me on my skateboard, and I remember I wrote about that, and I was like how I would just have to kick once, and the wind was just like behind me. It wasn't raining or anything yet, and so by the time I got down up over the flats, I was just basically having to stand up, and my body was like a sail, and it was pushing my skateboard down the road. And then when I went sort of going downhill, I was fucking cruising, so I crouched and contending with the speed wobbles possibly. But I knew that a lot of the skating around here was real fast, so I had tight trucks. So I've had some speed wobble mishaps before. That shit sucks. Throws you right off. You're fucking scabbed up. I never really wore pads. I started wearing elbow pads, I figured, but not always. Not always. And some hand like gloves helped if you wiped it. But I was cruising pretty good, and it was awesome because I knew like this. I could look back and see this big front, just dark, lightning, and you'd see the rain coming down. And it wasn't raining out in front. I finally got to the community hall. It was like a youth center place down the road where I was going, where I had built a quarter pipe inside there. And we used to skate that, few of us anyway. And I got down there, and I just remember saying thanks for the ride, just going front. I wrote about that, and this lady Hazel, my English teacher, was so impressed with the story from her acid trip days that she just read it in front of the class, and as an example, because she was just like, "That is so cool." I was like, "Oh, that was fun. Whatever. Skate or die." Skate or die. Skate or die. Oh, it's so cozy in here. Nothing like roughing it in the camper. I'll cozy it up with you. Yeah, so hot times. Seats Pro still has his retaining thing on him. Restraining thing. Never had that. Tuscan Raiders. Tuscan Raider. Power converters. Fucking Luke Skywalker's even got a blaster. I mean, he's a son of a bitch. Indian kids, Indian kids. Alex Guinness is great in Lawrence of Arabia. Plays not Prince Faisal, but he plays maybe it is. I don't know. Ben Kenobi? Obi-Wan? Be a long one. Rough. I'm Ken Rafferty. It's the Rafferty Hour. The Rafferty Files. Oh, God. Obi-Wan here remembers some droids. Got to. Got to. Sand kids. Christ. Enchanté. Enchanté. let's check out some of these bad boy blueberries. Bluettes. Yesterday, a whole pound of these too for antioxidant purposes. Look at those beauties. Where's the pancakes or French toast when you need them? Yeah, baby. Mmm. Guantanamo Bay. Mossima. Obi-Wan. It's your sister, Luke. Chill out. Basalt. Let's do what you feel right. Oh yeah, I dropped the beats. Fire!